everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Shaughnessy, and on this channel we discuss fragrance, beauty, and wellness. And if you simply like to have a good time and you like my vibe, subscribe. So you all, we have more new fragrances. Are you shocked? Because I'm not. But we are going to be talking about two new vanilla fragrances. But before we get started, let me tell you my lip combo of the day. I'm wearing the MAC lip liner in Root for Me, along with the, it's been so long since I've worn this brand. What is it? In Beauty Lab Merlot lip oil. So that is my lip combo of the day. So you all, we're going to start with Secret Crush from Loveshackfancy. I was surprised. I didn't know that they were coming out with a new fragrance and a vanilla fragrance. This is their first vanilla fragrance that I am aware of, you know, that's marketed as a vanilla fragrance. So Secret Crush was released, of course, this year in 2025. It's a vanilla fragrance for women with notes of chantilly cream, whipped cream, vanilla, coconut milk, champagne, sandalwood, and white musk. So I have tried this on my skin and the tester, and I just smelled it from the bottle. So let me tell y'all, on the paper, I don't love this. On my skin, initially, I don't love this. It's a clean, powdery, and it does have a little fizziness in there type of vanilla. But there's a sharpness that comes through when I first spray it, when I first smell it. And I feel like it's a woody sharpness that makes me, and I'm thinking, is that the sandalwood in the opening, that I'm not loving the blend with the sandalwood. But as it settles on my skin, it gets sweeter and I like it more. And when I smelled it after, you know, letting it sit for a little bit just from the bottle, I love the way it smelled there. So in my opinion, like when I smell it initially, at first I have down in my nose, it's a different type of vanilla, but something in here is smelling familiar to me. And I looked on Fragrantica, and now I can't remember the fragrance. No, it said it reminded people of this perfume, Gucci Flora, Orchid, and Gorgeous Orchid. And now that I'm thinking about it, when I smelled it straight from the bottle after I let it sit here a little bit, I was like, this smells very familiar to me. And I must agree. I must agree that it does smell similar. So we shall see. I remember with Gucci Flora Gorgeous Orchid that this was a perfume that I had to let sit. I had the travel spray. I let it sit. And then I was like, woo, I'm loving this. Because at first I liked it. I knew I would eventually want a full bottle, but I didn't love it. After I let it macerate and sit, I fell in love with this. So I'm hoping that Loveshackfancy Secret Crush, it's a like for me. And I'm hoping as I let it sit longer, that I'll like it more and it'll turn into a love. And I'm hoping that it doesn't keep reminding me of Gucci's Gorgeous Flora Orchid. How did I butcher that name? Of Gucci Flora Gorgeous Orchid, because I don't need two of the same. And I was reading people's reviews, just a couple, and people were saying that it turns into this sweet, delicious, yet, you know, just wonderful vanilla. I'm not getting that vibe of deliciousness. Like I said, I'm getting soft, airy, powdery vanilla. Especially after that woodiness that I don't love settles down. And I would say, even though it's reminding me of Gorgeous Orchid, it's different enough still now. I mean, it's minute, but that could change. You know, I have to let it macerate. So I feel like, you know, I've been looking for a Loveshackfancy to, you know, get a full bottle. I like all of their fragrances, but I haven't loved one enough to say, let me buy that full bottle, because I think with Loveshackfancy, it comes in travel spray or 100 ml, if I'm not mistaken. And, you know, I want to be able to love a fragrance, because I don't buy a lot of 100 ml bottles anymore unless that's all I can get it in usually, or I find some great deal on FragranceNet or other discount websites, because I have too many fragrances that I don't feel like I need to get the 100 ml. So I want, when I purchase 100 ml, I want to love it. And this right now is a Secret Crush, is a very strong like. I will say, if you like fragrances like Gucci Flora Gorgeous Orchid, if you like vanillas like that, then you will like Secret Crush. I'm just hoping I grow to love it, because I'm thinking, is this going to be on my list for if I want to purchase a perfume from the Sephora VIB sale that's coming up? Will I want this? I don't know. We're going to see. But I do like it. And like I said, the longer it settles and it, you know, that base is very pretty. It's just a light, almost, like I said, fizzy clean type of vanilla. And it is very pretty to me. So, but I still don't know if I'm ready to say, let's go get that 100 ml. Hopefully I will know by then. I'm going to let it sit for a little bit. I've sprayed it a couple times. Then I'm going to come back and wear it and make my final decision. But I do like it. And if you are a vanilla lover, it is worth checking out, in my opinion. I wouldn't say this is even, I wouldn't say it's blind buy safe, because it's notes in here that I don't like, that I have to get through in the beginning. So I would say go test it out, go try it out and see for yourself, which I would say that about anything, especially now with the way prices are with fragrances and everything, to always, you know, unless you get that rush and you enjoy blind buying, because I do. I developed that when I started this channel and during the beginnings of masking season. I like that rush of, will I like it, will I not? And I've gotten really good at, you know, this is when I'm purchasing usually from FragranceNet or somewhere. When I'm reviewing and I'm getting the travel spray, you know, I'm not really that, it's not a rush. It's like I just want to get it, see it, smell it, try it out so I can review it for you all. But when I'm like going on FragranceNet and I'm trying to decide and I'm doing research on fragrances like I did with that Loewe perfume that I love, I get such a rush. So if you're like that, go for it. Because to me, as long as you can return something, it's relatively safe. So for me, Loveshackfancy Secret Crush is potentially full bottle worthy, because I really do enjoy the way it smells, but it's not a love yet. I'm going to have to wear it, do my combos and see. But I do think it's worth checking out, and it is a pretty vanilla fragrance in my opinion. Okay, so the next fragrance we're going to talk about is, I believe, somewhat much anticipated, is YSL Libre Vénique Couture. And before we even start, you all, look at the gorgeousness of this bottle. I mean, gorgeous, darling. So Libre Vénique Couture is a vanilla fragrance for women that was released this year in 2025. It has notes of bourbon vanilla, orange blossom, vanilla, caviar, lavender, and rum. I don't even really need to even spray this out, but let's go ahead and do so. Okay, y'all. So I went back and forth. I was like, Shaughnessy, you don't need to get this. But then I already had people asking me, you know, are you going to review it? We wanted to hear your thoughts. So I took one for the team, guys. And this is nice, okay? This to me, okay. It smells differently on my skin. Just smelling it from the tester, even from the bottle, the YSL Libre DNA is very prevalent. I will say that with practically all their flankers. I mean, all their flankers. You can smell that original Libre DNA to some extent. I've said this before. This to me, this Vénique Couture, the easiest, simplest way to explain, to describe this fragrance is, if you know the line, let's go in order, shall we? We have the OG original Libre. Then we have Libre Intense. Then we have Libre EDT. I hope I'm going in order. Then we have Libre Les Parfums. So this is how I would describe where this fragrance goes. You take out the Libre EDT and you have Intense, you have Vénique Couture, and then you have Les Parfums. Because this Vénique Couture, to me, is just that middle child between the Intense and the Les Parfums. Because the original Libre is very citrus, sharp. It's no sweetness, really. You know, the Libre DNA is warm, floral, perfumey, aromatic anyway. So you don't have really much sweetness. It's a very, to me, classy, put together, like a strong type of woman fragrance. Then you have the Intense with, it's more of that seductive, little vanilla, a little sweetness thrown in there. That I love more so than the original. And then you have the Les Parfums with that little honey vibe in there. So you just put Vénique Couture in between them, and this is just a smoother, softer, still very much so smells like the entire line for the most part. Like I say, that DNA of Libre. But you just put it between those two. It's not as intense and loud as YSL Libre Intense. And then to me, it's not as smooth and honey and seductive as Les Parfums. This is right in the middle. It's a little, you know, it's a little sweet. It's still, to me, even though this is described as a vanilla fragrance, I still consider this a warm, floral, vanilla type of fragrance. A little sweet, but not sweet in the sense of gourmand sweet. Sweet in the sense of not as sharp and cutting as the original YSL Libre is to my nose. I like the fragrance, but it's a lot. Like, where is it? I have it up here. I was doing a video. Yeah. Smoother, softer, rounder than the original. So I will say this. If you like Les Parfums and you like Libre Intense, I feel like you will enjoy and appreciate Libre Vénique Couture. Now, this is $150 for 1.6 ounces. This is the only size it comes in, and it's limited edition. I will say this is nice, but not necessary. It is not necessary. I feel like I'm saying that so much with so many fragrances now because of Flankertown that is happening. Is this Vénique Couture pretty? Yes. If you like the Libre line, do I feel like you will like it? Yes. Do I feel like the bottle is gorgeous and I'm going to keep it because it's limited edition and I'm a weak woman? Yes. Would I tell someone, girl, go get this because you don't want to miss out? No, I would not. I would not, because it's not different enough to warrant going and spending that much money if you don't want to. It's just not. And if you're one that if you have a collection, like some people have larger collections, and you do have fragrances that remind you of each other. That's what I'm trying to avoid, like with Secret Crush and Gucci Flora Gorgeous Orchid that we just reviewed. I want to avoid it. That's why I'm taking my time. I'm going to use it and see if it's different enough for me after multiple uses. Some people have collections that they've curated that every fragrance is so different. And some people like it that way. So if you're one that because really, in my humble opinion, with all these Libres that have been released, honey, if you have the original or the EDT, you're good with this one. If you have the Les Parfums or the Intense, or now throw in the Vénique Couture, that takes care of maybe your cooler weather, nighttime, alluring type of version of Libre. And then if you have one of the one I just reviewed not too long ago, if you haven't seen that, I will link it above. Check it out. What is the name of it? Is it still in here? I cannot remember the name of that fragrance. It's in the white bottle. Yeah, I don't know what I did with it. But it's in the white bottle, and if you have that or Platine, you're good. And if you want to throw in a summer one, which a lot of people wear the original in the summer, but if you would throw in Flowers and Flames, and that would give you 1, 2, 3, possibly, depending on your taste, 4, give you like 4 different, like one for each season. Boom. If you wanted to do it like that. But I am not going to sit up here and rave about this fragrance and say it is, the bee's knees for $150 for 50 ml. I'm just not. Not if you, for all the reasons I just described. Am I going to keep it? Yes, because I've purchased it already. I like the way it smells. I love the bottle. And like I said, I'm weak. Now, if I had not purchased it and it was, it was discontinued, and because it's limited edition. Like I told y'all, limited edition will get me any and every time. Whether I'm trying to decide if I'm going to keep it or not, if I'm going to purchase it or not. Like if this was not limited edition, this would still be at Sephora. Okay? And to keep it 100, if I knew this was, I would have gotten this reviewed, it smelled it, because I blind bought it, and the girl who brought it out to the car, she was like, oh, you got a good one. This smells so good. And if you like the Libre line, like it's a classy, elegant, grown woman type of fragrance line. This is nice. Was it necessary though? No. Nice but not necessary, in my humble opinion. Will they make some money off of this? Yes, because it's limited edition and the bottle is stunning. They will make money off of this because they made it off of me. But like I was saying, if it wasn't limited edition and I smelled it in store, I'd be like, oh, I can wait. This can wait till I use up something, honey, because it's just not different enough. But I do like it. Now, I'm not going to even sit up here in front. I do like it. But the Libre line grew on me. And I'll be honest, it's not any in the line except the original that I feel like is kind of, I like it, but I feel like, whoo, that's a bit much. So I like the line. So if you like the YSL Libre line, like I said, I feel like you will enjoy Vénique Couture. So y'all, those are my thoughts on these 2 vanilla fragrances. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give me a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below and tell me your thoughts, hunty. Do you like Secret Crush? Are you interested in Secret Crush? Do you feel like it smells practically identical to Gucci Flora Gorgeous Orchid? Let me know. Did you succumb to temptation and purchase YSL Vénique Couture? Do you love it? Are you keeping it? Are you returning it? Are you over it? I want to know. So please leave your comments down below. Please share this video with everyone, you all. And please don't forget to turn on your notifications. notification bell to never miss any of my videos. And as I always say, if you like my vibe, subscribe. Until next time, bye.